The tour started in Tokyo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was the only American. I was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the crew was going to fly to Tokyo from London.
Okay.
So they made me fly to London so I could fly to Tokyo with them. But the problem is the tour's lighting director was on the next flight or something like that, and he was the only one from the crew who was on the next flight.
Mm-hmm.
Flying coach, I think.
Oh,
And
damn.
you could smoke on planes at that time. You could smoke cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
And he got drunk and somehow managed to light his seat on fire in mid-flight.
Uh-huh.
He started a fire on the plane. If I remember correctly, he had a cigarette lighter. He had a lighter that used lighter fluid, like a Zippo or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to refill his lighter, and he spilled lighter fluid on his seat and didn't know it. And he lit a cigarette and set his seat on fire. And landed in Tokyo, straight to jail. And I think we were in Japan for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Whole 2 weeks, guy's in jail. The whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in jail. The thing is, the lighting guy got drunk because the whole crew was a bunch of degenerate drunkards. Alcohol, marijuana, and pills.
Okay, I didn't know about the other two.
But I never saw Paul drunk. Even I think he had 2 parties over the course of the tour, which I was at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
One near the beginning, and this one was at the end. Never saw him drunk. He might have had a glass of wine or something, but never drunk. But on this last party, he had marijuana, which I can't believe because he was arrested for marijuana in Japan in 1980, maybe, or 79 or 80. And spent 10 days in jail. I just can't believe he would have marijuana on a tour 13 years later, but he did. And he got stoned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the Beatles get stoned there. And he was stoned. And his piano tech, the guy who tunes his piano, starts talking to him about, asking him about the first time he ever had pot and marijuana there.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody knows that the Beatles first had marijuana in New York on probably their first tour, and given to them by Bob Dylan, who visited them in their hotel room. And Paul's telling the story, so it sounds a little different from the way I've heard it. You can Google it and read the story yourself. And Paul told it differently. He was there. And everyone knows they made Ringo try it first because they didn't want to try it until they knew what was going to happen to Ringo.
That is... That's crazy.
So Ringo's smoking it and
Such
smoking
good
it.
friends.
And Ringo starts giggling a little bit, and they say, what's it like there, Ringo? What's going on there? Ringo, what's happening? He says, he looks up and he says, this is Paul Town. He looks, and Ringo looks up and he says, you see that ceiling up there? They go, yeah. Yeah, what about it? He says, well, if you need me, that's where I'll be.